welcome to the A Traveling Knitter podcast. My name is Steph, and this is a podcast where I talk about the things that I've been crafting in the previous month. So this will be September 2024. These are not new finished objects. These were in the last episode, but I like them being up there. These are the ananas socks. They're out of Alina 52 weeks of Edifix, stop. Come on, over there. Go on. These are out of a 52 weeks of sock book. I think it's the second one. And they're out of Ryan's yarn and Emma's yarn, hand dyers. What I'm wearing for this episode, and I'm going to be taking off because I am starting to get very warm. And if you hear noise, it's the kittens. This is the Mullet Over pullover by Tiff Nylon. And I knit this as a test knit. This is out of Hue Loco yarns. It's two yarns held together, her single base and her fingering base. In the pistachio colorway is the green, and then this is the honey, I think. Yeah, this is honey, and I love honey so much. What I wish I had done was honestly gone up in size for the arms because they are a bit of a sausage casing situation, but it's fine. They fit. It's just when I put it on, I tend to have to negotiate twisting the sleeves around so that they fit good. I knit this in a size 3. I pretty much used all 4 skeins. And then this guy is a mini, also held double. And I used, what does it say? I have my Ravelry queue open. I used 82 grams, so if you purchase a mini, this will be good. You'll use pretty much all of it. For finished objects, I'm going to be entering and putting a picture and some footage. I talked last time about a poncho that I was sample and test knitting. I did finish that poncho, and honestly that ate almost all of my time with my knitting. It was the Bourton poncho by Stonehearth Designs, and it's pretty simple to knit. You have a couple different patterns or stitch patterns that you're doing, but if you know how to knit and purl, you can do this poncho. It used Sundness Gone Double Sunday, and there were 4 colorways that it used. 5581, which was Sailor in the Dark. That is I think the black one, almost blue, almost black. Then color 2351, which was taupe. 1012 or 1012, which is whipped cream or the white, which is kind of your main color. And then 6051, which is night sky, and that was the blue. And you used barely any of that. Like I said, the knitting it was fairly simple. The gauge for it was 22 stitches by 30 rows, 4-inch square stockinette. And I got gauge, but I found that after I finished the whole project, it still got a bit bigger than what my gauge was saying, and I dropped down a needle size. So it recommended a US 5, but I ended up dropping down to a US 3. And it might have been better to do it on a US 2.5. So you could see me wearing it. I found it a little bit too big. Also, it's just not something I would ever wear. Not my style. But it is for the yarn store Wool and Company. And it has been sent off today because my parents were visiting this week and my mom works at a yarn store, so I just saved some shipping and just sent it on with her. I have 2 other finished objects, but I didn't knit them. They are 2 Sophie scarves, one in a golden color and another in a maroon red color. I had sent my mom some Pasquale Suave. It's a cotton yarn, and I sent her 4 skeins, one in this color, and then a deep green, and then a purple. And I had said, you know, you keep 2, I keep 2, but do you want to make some Sophie scarves out of them? Because she made a bunch of Sophie scarves last year for Christmas for me and then my sister-in-law's family, the girls. And I really like mine. Mine's just a gray, although I did just see that I think the kittens ripped a hole in it. So I need to figure out, I need to fix that. But I just thought some really nice, beautiful, like jewel tones would work so well with my closet. So finished objects that I didn't knit. And are the Sophie scarves, like, are they over? Is their heyday over? That's fine. This is how I wear mine. Doubled up like that. So cute. Even though it's 70 degrees, it's still too warm. I had to close the windows because of the highway. I got a comment on a couple videos ago that the window was too loud, so I closed it. So yeah, I'm sweating. And that's it for finished objects. So works in progress. I have quite a few works in progress, but I knit on almost none of them because I was so heavily vested and invested in finishing that poncho. I did do a smidge of knitting on this plain stockinette sock, just a smidge. Just a smidge. This is a Patton's Croy. Looks like this. Marled pink, gray, blue. That's cute. I cast this on for something, I don't know, movies or something. And then I just took this with me. I don't know what for. Something where I didn't want to bring the whole poncho with me, that's for sure. So a little bit of knitting here. And then the rest of my knitting has been dedicated to the Salty Days sweater pullover. And this is what mine looks like so far. I'm knitting the size 3. I am on gauge. I'm using a worsted weight yarn. It's called Galway. It's from Plymouth. It's color 722. No idea if this is still like available. 100% pure wool, 100 grams, 210 yards. Worsted weight. Originally purchased when I was in college, so a long time ago, to make a cardigan that I do still want to make, but I think I'm going to make it with the ice cream yarn that I bought at Michael's that has acrylic in it. Oh my gosh. So I am allergic to cats, and I know I have 2. Today has not been great, and I think it's because of the rain. Plus the cats, I'm not sure. So here is how far I'm at. I have just finished the second diamond section, and then I need to do this eyelet section again, and then ribbing, or like, I think modified twisted rib, and then I think it maybe does another little eyelet and then the ribbing for the hem. I did extend my cable and I did 5, and so the original pattern is here, but I added another repeat because I saw some people adding length, but they were adding length into this ribbing part that is going to come right after, and I thought, how about I just add it in to the cable section? So I can add a bit more in this part, but I've added a bit into my cable already. I am knitting this on US size 8, which is a 5mm. I am on my 3rd skein out of 6 that I have, so I should be fine. My thought is I will, and by 3rd I literally just kind of started. So my thought is I'll have 1 skein each for the sleeve and then an additional half skein for the sleeves, because I think this is gonna get me probably to the hem. So maybe I'll have 1.25 for each sleeve, and I don't even think I feel like I'm only gonna need 1 skein for the sleeve. And of course I do need to do the hem still. I planned to do that before I joined this guy, but I was in a knitting sesh and I just didn't want to go get the pattern to figure out what to do for the neckline pickup. So I just continued. My stitch marker is very cute. It is the Longaberger basket, or the building that is in the shape of a basket. This is very close to where I grew up, like down the street. And that's everything I've been working on. This is going to be a very short episode. I have not purchased any yarn. We are still doing pretty good on our diet, but more so because we went to flock, I went to flock, and now at the end of October into November, I'm going to go to Sacred Sheep in Portland. So I'm buying yarn there too. But I couldn't remember if I had received my Patreon yarn yet. I might have. I feel like I did, but just in case. The August color was Morning Cuppa, which is just gorgeous. It's this brown plus this beigey pink. And then the minis look like this. And it is Fog, Monster Mash, and 3 broomsticks. I think the Fog is what I would pair with this. And lastly, my mom got me some more stitch stoppers. They have kittens on them with pumpkins, because I am now a cat lady, because I have 2 kittens who are knocking stuff over, as I can hear. I don't think I got any more done in my cross stitch. Yeah, that's kind of it, right? It feels kind of lame and boring that I didn't get that much stuff done. I also realized when I was editing the vlog that I didn't film the yarn that I drew for the socks, which I'm so far behind on those socks because I've been knitting on sweaters instead. But I do want to continue and just keep pulling them. So the sock set of October is going to be Huloko, Backyard Chicken, Kubalaya. And that, I guess it's kind of just fun to show you some more yarn that is already in my stash. And that is this guy. Oh, I love it. I'm such a fan of these like brownish peach colors. This will be such a pretty sock. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet for the pattern. I've kind of been craving something simple. So maybe I'll just do like a Hermione's every day, or I'm feeling something like repetitive. As for life updates, like I said, my parents were in town. My dad had a military reunion for his military thing, and it was in Dayton, actually across the street from where I last lived when I was in Dayton. So that was kind of fun. And so my mom was here for a couple days, and then we went down or over to Dayton, and then they came back here to have lunch, and then they left. And it's been a rainy weekend because of Hurricane Helene. Astrid, you're so silly. You're so silly. Here's a kitten update. She's a little naughty one. She looks kind of high. She's got two states where she looks like she's on drugs or she's so pissed off at you. Right now, she kind of looks like she's on drugs. Huh. Yeah. Very delicate with your paw placement. Thank you. She's been trying my patience. I came back from lunch and I walk in and I see Edifix sleeping on their new scratch bed, and I got my camera out. I turned the camera on my phone to record it to send it to my dad because he bought it for them. And then he came over, he did a little bit of meow meows at me, and I was like, "Aw," recording. And then he looks up and I'm like, he's not looking at me. So then I turn and she's on top of the cabinets, sleeping. She was sleeping on top of my kitchen cabinets. Huh. Yeah, that was not very nice. So I then showered him with praise and love and treats, and she didn't get any because she was doing something she's not supposed to be doing. She kind of looks like a little baby, huh? Okay, you can have your freedom. I don't know if you saw, she's got a little Halloween collar. Her and Edifix both have Halloween collars, and they look so dapper in their Halloween collars. They don't have Christmas ones yet, but I'm definitely going to be on the lookout in the markets that I go to, like the craft shows. That's where their collars came from. There is this market called Backwoods Fest that I go to almost every year. It is so nice. It's huge. And it is in the area that I grew up. And the Backwoods Festival happens to be basically on the property next to my best friend's grandparents' house. So they end up with some tickets that we get to use some of them. So, and yeah, I feel like my nose is just, I'm gonna be editing all of this. But this is such a short episode, not a lot to talk about. I guess I'll do a quick intro that I will be doing Vlogtober. My nose is getting so red. I tend to enjoy Vlogtober more than Vlogmas because I end up doing more things during the month of October. There's a lot of festivals that I go to. And then with Vlogmas, I end up traveling to my parents, and so then it's like bringing my computer and stuff to be able to vlog, and then it's like I'm vlogging my parents, and I don't know. So I tend to like Vlogtober more. I think this year might be the first year that I'm not going to Kings Island or Cedar Point. I think the last couple of years, at least that I've been in Columbus, we've gone to a theme park. I don't think we are. It's not on the calendar. It's not on the calendar. Normally I'm the one that organizes it, and I haven't organized it. And I did go to Kings Island a month ago or 2 months ago. It was hot. It has been a hot summer. A very hot summer. So things to look forward to in my Vlogtober if you're interested in following along. Obviously the kittens. There will be kittens this year. Normally it's just me, but yay, kittens. I've been training for my marathon. So my marathon is in October. I to be honest, I want it to just be done. I am sick of training, and I'm not even training that much anymore because both of my knees hurt, and I just want to be able to cross that finish line. That's my goal at this point. I think it's gonna take me it's probably gonna take me 7 hours to do this, which is exhausting thinking about. It's going to be cooler than it has been, and I do see a very noticeable difference when I'm running in the spring and fall versus in the heat of summer. So that should help, but I'm looking forward to just being done and going back to, training, not really training, but just running for whatever I want. Now that, and I feel like too, I've now done a half marathon with almost no training, and it was okay. Like, yeah, it was exhausting, but I've done it. And so I think I'm going to feel the same way with the marathon, I know, but I don't think I'm going to do another marathon unless it's like a Disney marathon, or something without a time limit. I don't think I'm going to do another one because it's so incredibly time consuming. And like, if you didn't have a job, it would be fine, right? But having a job and then also enjoying crafts and wanting to do said crafts plus marathon training, there's not a lot of time left over. So yeah, my marathon will be included in there, hopefully, unless I am miserable and then I'll remove it. But to be honest, I include when I am miserable. As in when I got my IUD, and I think I almost cried on the podcast. I did cry, but I might have cut it out. But so marathon, I said there's going to be some festivals. This week I'm going to Columbus Crew game. Oh my gosh, we're going to be in the suite for my company. I'm so excited. I have been trying to figure out for 4 years how to get into the suite, and it's happening this week, and I'm very excited for that. Also, I think we're celebrating my best friend's birthday. So there's a couple things going on. I'm also trying to do like a little mini challenge for myself of watching a movie every night or every day, having watched a movie. So I'm excited. They're not all gonna be Halloween movies. I'm not so into, I used to be really into like horror, like thrasher, gory movies when I was like in middle school. Now not so much. I kind of just like cozy movies. So I have to see what movies. I think was last year, might have been the first year I watched Practical Magic. Very much enjoyed it. Dame Maggie Smith passed away on Friday. Oh, that made me so sad. So I mean, I've already been having the urge to watch Harry Potter. So I think I'm going to watch Harry Potter and maybe see if there's other movies that I want to watch where she was in. I'll have to think about it, but I'll be watching some movies. So I'll probably talk about a movie in every single episode or just mention the movie that I'm watching. And then I want to do some really good reading. To be frank, I kind of just want to stay inside. I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay inside. I want to save money so that I could just get out of apartment living. It's not that it's terrible. There's things I wish I could change about my apartment that I know I just can't or shouldn't. I want to change the shelves inside of my laundry room. I want a better situated laundry room. But I wouldn't be able to do that. I want to change the shelving inside of the pantry. Can't do that. I would rather put a built-in on the entrance, but can't really do that. So it's just like things like that. I just want to change some things, and I know you can't because it's apartment living. At least in the United States, in most apartments, you should not change anything inside of them. Even if you make it better, you're gonna have to rip it out and make it look like the crappy version that it was when you moved in. Okay, hopefully a short episode was okay, but I will see you during Vlogtober. Thanks. Bye.